Round 2 of unboxing today. Unboxing extravaganza. Burr, 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 burr. That was my air horn sound with my hands. So I dropped my husband off to pick up his motorcycle and went to the hobby shop and bought a bunch of shit. So these are some of the new releases for today. The 2 new warcry things that came out. The Centaurian Marshal and the Chaos Legionnaires. So we're going to open those up and check them out. And then I picked up the megadroth remains. And you're probably like, why did you buy that? Well, this matches this extremely well. To the point, this looks like a thing that should have been in the box. Like, real talk, this should have been in the warcry box. I kind of wanted it to, like, complete the set. I thought it would be pretty cool. So, even though this thing is unnecessarily expensive for what you get, I kind of wanted to complete the set of terrain. So I picked it up. So we're going to open that up. I might actually build this, too. So I want to see how big it is and stuff. So it should be pretty good. But we're going to get to him last because we might build him. Oh, I also got some Battletech cards. I think these are things for like all the different like different kinds of support you could have. Actually, you know what? Let's look at these first, and then we'll unbox their stuff. That's what we'll do. Because I think this is like for artillery and stuff like that. So I thought these would be fun. Just to see what they were. There's like airstrikes and that kind of stuff. Battlefield support rules, okay? I also bought a bunch of magic cards for my husband. So that's neither here nor there. We're not showing it at all. That's stuff to check out, not mine. Okay, let's see what this is. Before play begins, determine the amount of BSPs, battlefield support points, I guess, each player will have for the scenario. Okay, you must declare that you're going to use it. You declare the target hex. Okay, so it's just like an attack essentially. Okay, so here's some rules for offensive aerospace, support, strikes, strafing, artillery, minefields, hidden aerospace. Ooh. Nice. So it's all kinds of like light support, bombing, and stuff like that. So here's some light strike bombing. And you see the battlefield points up in the corner. Heavy bombing, strafing, light air cover, thumper. I mean, that's like a giant artillery gun. Look at that thing. Thunk. Long Tom. What's the name of your artillery? Long Tom. Bunch of different rockets, different density of bombs. Yeah, that's cool. So different kinds of like artillery and support and stuff that you can take if you play battlefield support. That's pretty cool. That's a neat little deck. I bet you could totally just one for one carry these into Alpha Strike too, which would be really cool. More cool stuff you can add to Alpha Strike, the better. Alright, so first off, we have to check out the Centaurian Marshal. This is a very dense feeling box. This is the guy. I've been so hyped for this dude. Big, like, centaur daddy. Yes, please. Got the little symbol on the pull out there, which is super cute. Ooh, that is one dense box. Wow. Okay. Alright, let's check this runner out. Let's see what we got. So, we got his tail, a net, some body, his waist, a spear, back, another arm. There's like the Rocky standing one, I think. I think that's what that is. There's his head. Okay. And over here, oh, this piece must be part of the the body. No, this piece must be like the slope up from the horse neck. That's what that must be. Let's see. We've got some arms, horse body, his like helmet piece, an axe, body, legs. Okay. Yeah, looks all good. Nothing too crazy there. The pubes is where his junk should be, so I'll have to sculpt him a big old horse dong. But horse dong is not required for your model. It's just required for mine. 10 out of 10 horse dong. Alright, I don't think this guy looking at the runner has any optional pieces, which is kind of a shame. It would have been cool if he had some different weapons he could have. But still a badass looking model. I think the only weapon I really don't like is this stupid mace thing. I wish it was a shield instead. Yeah, I wish it was a shield. I wish this arm right here was a shield. It's my only complaint. Just because that mace is fucking dorky as shit looking, let's be real. Alright, we've got a bunch of cards. I'm wondering if they're doing the multi-language thing again. Let's see. Centaurian Marshal. Marshal's Net. Pick a visible enemy fighter within 3 inches of the fighter and roll a dice. 3 fighter that can on a 3+ that fight or cannot make more move actions or disengage actions. Okay, that's fair enough for a double. Until the end of this fighter's activation, the next time this fighter finishes a move action within 1 inch enemy fighter, pick an enemy fighter with 1 inch in this fighter. Allocate a number of damage points to that fighter equal to the value of this ability. Okay, so he has like a charge trample. It's not bad. Skewer, drag, and bludgeon. The fighter can make a bonus attack action with his spear. In addition, if that bonus attack action scores any critical hit, the fighter moves 3 inches directly toward this fighter as if they were jumping, even if they are within 1 inch of any enemy fighters. If the target fighter finishes that move within an inch of this fighter, fighter can make a bonus attack action with its club. Interesting. Okay. So, it's basically Rampage, but if you get a crit, you get to pull them in close and then hit them again. Which is pretty cool. That's pretty sweet, I'm not going to lie. That's a cool ability. And then, oh, he has a custom reaction. Cruel Strike. A fighter can make this reaction when a visible enemy fighter within 1 inch of them makes a disengage action before the fighter moves away. Roll a dice. When 2+, allocate d6 damage points to that fighter. It's not particularly interesting, I'm not going to lie. It's okay. It's okay. And then I guess, yeah, we just have them in different languages. So I never understood the multiple language things in here because they still print the box in English. But whatever, must make sense to them. Ooh, that's a fancy looking warcry card. Look at that. Man, I wish this border wasn't here. Oh, that border kind of ruins it. Besides that, it's really nice looking. But that border, not a fan. Alright, so let's see. He's 10-inch move, 5 defense, 35 wounds, 295 points. So he's basically like monster level points. Counts as being mounted, counts as having a shield. He has one 3-inch range attack for 3, which is strength 6. That's cool. It's 2-5. And he's got one club at 3, which is 5 strength and 3-6 damage. So pretty good. And then they gave you a bunch of these. I don't know why they gave you a bunch of those. It's not like you're going to have more than one centaurian marshal. I mean, he's technically a hero, so you could technically have like 3 of them in your army, but I don't see that being a thing. But you could technically legally have 3 of them in your army. But I mean, that would be like 900 points. You wouldn't really have much else in your army besides that, you know? So, but yeah, he seems awesome. He seems really cool. Really good model. I do wish he had a couple options, because that mace he has is just dorky looking. It's just a dorky ass mace. I wish he had like a big shield or something in there. It'd be cool. Alright. Chaos Legionaries. Let's get the wrapper off so you guys can see them better. Okay, let's see. We have the Decuriarch. Ooh, such fancy names. The Horn Shields. Okay, real talk. You can't name someone the Decuriarch and then name people Horn Shields. Like, come on. They have to have a cool name too, like Shield Osticus or something. Like, you can't... And then we have the Horn Helms and the Mutador. See, Mutador. There we go. That's an equal name to the Decuriarch. Otherwise, this guy should be like, I don't know, Spikeback or something, you know? This guy does have a dorky fucking helmet, though, I'm not gonna lie. But he's got the cool Beastman legs. He's got a dorky fucking helmet, though. Maybe we'll get lucky and there'll be some extra optional pieces. And we can get him a different helmet. Alright, put these off to the side. Bow, bow, bow. Oh man, there's a lot of parts here. We got hammers, axes, shields, swords, more shields, more axes, more hammers. We got spiky helmets, spiky shoulder pads. What looks like it could be a pole for a big hammer, like maybe this one, or maybe this big axe. More hammers, more axes. Okay, so we're going to have a lot of options with this kit. Because I already see 6 like one-handed weapons in here. So there's going to be a lot of options in here. Because this kit makes 8 guys. So if there's 6 one-handed weapons, that means I might be able to make them all as one-handed weapon guys. Not that I'd want to do it, but then we have the big sword for the boss. That one's cool. We've got that spear for the furry guy. There's the furry guy legs. There's the furry guy helmet. That's a dorky helmet. So dorky. We got some maces. We got some axes. We got more centaur horn helm things. We got a lot of heads on here. Let's see, there's what? 1, 2, 3, 4. 5, 6. So these two I think are unique. I think this is the 2 unique guys. So we've got what? 1, 2, 3, 4 heads here. And we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, so we got 9 options for 6 guys. So that's pretty cool. We got a bunch of options in there, which should mean that we should have extra heads. We also have different size bases. Why do we have different size bases? GW. Okay. Let's see. First off, it has us building the boss guy. He looks like he doesn't really get any options. He can have different face options, it looks like. So 99 or 100, it looks like are his face options. Besides, or I guess he can have different crests as well. And then we've got the furry guy who... Okay, so he has an alternate head that looks slightly less dorky. What piece number is that? 89? Let's find piece number 89 real quick. I'm concerned by this man's dorky ass helmet. Okay, so that's 99. This is 88. And this is 89. Okay, that's slightly cooler if you can see it there. He's got like a sort of open face helmet and like spikes going down the middle, kind of like a mohawk. It's kind of cool. It's kind of cool. At least he has an option. So, and then we can build. Let's see, 3A, B, and C, and then we can build 4. It looks like for 3, there's 2 head options. And then you can have a mace or an axe. And then for 4, there's head options and mace or axe. And then for 5, you have head options and mace or axe. And then for 6, looks like again head options, weapon options, head options, weapon options, head options, weapon options. That's pretty good though. At least there's some options there. It's pretty sweet. Well, these guys are on the 28 mils, these little guys, and the big guys are on 32s. So all the two like named characters, the Mutador and the Decturiarch, are on 32s, and then the 3 like two-handed axe guys are on 32s too, and the other ones are on 28s. Okay, so it doesn't look like you get any options for, like, if you wanted to make like all horn helms, for example. It looks like you pretty much just get what's in the box. You get 3 horn shields, 3 horn helms, a Mutador, and a Decturiarch. Which kind of sucks, honestly. But if you buy this guy, that gives you a lot of options for like making different teams, right? Because you're always like, I'm going to have him, he's going to be 300 points. And you can kind of go from there. But yeah, they look fucking fantastic. They do have a lot of options, which is nice. You're not going to be able to really changing up their poses or anything like that. Which is kind of a letdown, but at least the weapons and the heads are going to change. So you're going to have some customization and a more like dynamic pose, which is kind of cool. So they're pretty sweet, not gonna lie. Pretty sweet. Let's check their cards out. Come on, come on. Legionnaires du chaos, omelette du fromage, shield ram as a double. Hold up, gunplay avalanche. Gunpla avalanche off camera. That'll do. Okay. Shield Ram. Till the end of this fighter's activations, the next time this fighter finishes a move action with 1 inch to the enemy fighter, pick a visible enemy fighter within 1 inch of this fighter and roll a dice. That's a fucking statement. On a 4 or 5, allocate 1 damage point to that fighter. On a 6, allocate damage point equal number of his ability. Till the end of this fighter's activation, the next time this fighter finishes a move action next to 1 inch enemy, pick a visible enemy fighter. Okay, so you can charge things the same way the other guy can. That's fine. The Dark Pact. Pick a visible enemy fighter within 12 inches of this fighter. Roll a number of dice equal to the value of that ability. From 3 plus, allocate 1 damage to that fighter. After all this has been rolled, allocate D3 points to this fighter. Okay, that's just like damage. That's not particularly interesting. Add half the value of this ability to the damage points or each critical hit for the next attack made by this fighter, this activation. Add half the value of this ability, rounding up, to the damage points allocated by each critical hit from the next attack action made by this fighter, this activation. Okay, okay, so you add half the value from this thing if they crit to the damage. That's pretty cool. That's a neat one. A fighter can use this ability only if they're in 2 inches of the enemy fighter, have made 2 move actions as activation, makes a bonus attack action with its spear. That's kind of cool. So you like get a charging run up with the spear. That's kind of neat. It's lame. That's a triple though. A fighter can use this ability only if an enemy fighter has been taken down by this attack action made by them this activation. Until the end of the battle round, add 1 to the attack characteristics and melee attacks made by friendly enemy fighters within 9 inches of this fighter. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. So you kill somebody and then you get like a aura essentially. Wrath of the First Prince. This fighter makes a bonus attack action. In addition, a number of hits scored by that attack action equal to half the value of this ability become critical hits instead. For example, if the value of this ability was 6, 3 critical hits by that attack action would become critical hits instead. That's kind of cool. Especially if you have guys that are really have like high attack values and are crit fishing. Or high crit values and are crit fishing. That's kind of cool. But for a quad, you're always going to have to weigh out if that's better than just getting a flat out another attack from Rampage. So you have to keep that in your mind. Like, you know, is forcing crits here better than just getting another attack? Alright. So, oh, these guys don't have names on them at all. Shit. Okay. So here's a horn shield with a hammer. Oh, are the weapons actually make a difference? Oh, shit. There's a horn shield with a sword. And here's a horn shield with an axe. The mace does more damage but has less attacks. The axe has more strength, but does less attacks than the sword. Okay, that just broke my brain. I thought those were just like flavor things. I didn't realize they were actually like gameplay affecting. That's weird. Okay. And then we have the axe and the mace right there. 100 and 125 points. They both do 3 attacks. Axe does 1 more strength. It has 1 more crit, but 1 less point of overall damage. Surprised the mace is not more strength actually than the axe is. Okay, so I guess those aren't flavor things. I guess they really affect how they play. Interesting. And then we have the Mutador, who doesn't have any options. And the Decurion, who also doesn't have any options. These fucking things. So interesting, yeah. So the different build options give you different stats in the game. It's kind of surprising. I thought they were just fluff, to be honest, but no, they're actually different stats. Yeah. Interesting. I mean, at least it gives them some variation, because otherwise they're all very, like, similar guys. My brain just puts these with the Centaur Marshal, like, by default. Like, he's just mixed in by default, but I guess, like, if you wanted them to be standalone, at least that would give you some options, instead of just being like, I have my boss, I have the Mutador, I have this guy or this guy. You know? So at least it gives you some options. I forgot to put their bases in there with them. Cool. So that's those. They're both fantastic. Like 10 out of 10. Highly recommend. This thing should have just been in the Hearts of Gur box. Let's be real. It's like legitimately a scam that this was sold separately. I just really want to complete the Hearts of Gur terrain, and this matches exactly. So yeah, so I bought it. I really shouldn't have, though. This thing has no business being as expensive as it is, for what you get. But at first I hated the Hearts of Gur terrain, but I absolutely love it now. Oh, let me show mine off, actually. So I only have half of it painted so far, but I absolutely love this terrain. I went from, like, hating this to, like, super being in love with it. With my, like, red meat trees. And the, like, the turquoise stone that kind of looks like aquarium gravel. Like, yeah, super in love with it. So this one still needs its runes painted. So because of that, I wanted to complete the set. So pick this guy up. It's basically one big skeleton. It's kind of like a centerpiece kind of terrain. But like with the bits on the base and all, like you paint those rocks, like you paint the ruin pieces, like it's going to match your warcry terrain. I really feel like this should have been in the warcry box, but it is what it is. Yep, it's just one runner. Fucking hell, GW. They want so much money for their fucking terrain. Alright, so he's gonna be... We got some bones here. It's the big spine. We got a bunch of the ribs, head, face. This is gonna wrap around the face. Part of the skull there. More, this is like the jawbone that's protruding. They show the jawbone being like detached, but I think you're just supposed to glue it in. But we'll see. So yeah. 1 page of instructions. GW, why did you sell this by itself? This should have just been in the Hearts of Gur box, dickheads. Oh, I'm sorry. There's 2 pages of instructions. So wank. Ugh, but I wanted to complete the set. So here we are. So let's build it. I'm in a terrain building mood when I built that when I built this thing earlier on the stream. This thing was really cool. I don't know why I'm in a terrain mood today, but I am. My goal, my secret goal for this weekend is to finish the rest of my terrain for Warcry. We're gonna see if we get there or not. Wait, what am I doing? I don't know. Okay. Let's just start building it. But yeah, you can see how it matches. Like, the ground pieces are the same and all. Like, this thing really should have been in that Hearts of Gur box. Like, whatever executive was like, no, there's enough terrain in there. You don't need to put the big skeleton in either. We can sell it by itself. Whatever dickhead did that. Like, seriously, that man should be castrated with a brick. Because, like, this should have just been in that box. Let's be real. Also, YouTube, that is not me endorsing violence or inciting violence. That is me being facetious because this is stupid and anti-consumer. And I'm expressing annoyance at anti-consumer practices, not actually condoning violence. Just saying, because YouTube is sometimes they have little shit fits. I'm not gonna lie. And so. But yeah, seriously, like, this should have just been in the Warcry box, like 100%. All right. I'm sitting here building it and I'm annoyed at it. I'm like, I hate you, terrain I just spent too much money for. But I like you because you match everything else. And my brain wants everything to match because I'm mentally ill. Go. But yeah, GW always wants too much money for their terrain. I don't know why, but they really really mark it up. Well, I tend to only get GW terrain when it's like in part of like a starter box, because then it's like usually reasonably priced. But like this by itself for $60 is just insane. Like, it should not be $60. You know? Like, I can't even imagine what they're gonna sell the Hearts of Gur terrain for. Like I think they literally like split the stuff from the previous Warcry thing, and it was like legitimately like $200 for just the terrain. And it's like, okay, well, it's that's like twice the cost of the box, you know. Like, you know, that's basically the entire cost of the Warcry box, you know. I think it really was something like that. It was like $80 a box, and it was like 2 boxes or something. And it's amazing terrain, but like, you know, ain't that amazing. I only bought this thing just because it matches. Sorry, I'll stop rambling about that. It annoys me, you know. I really do feel like this should have been in the Hearts of Gur box. And I know they released it earlier in the other box that was a giant, like, weird cash grab that had the rules for that, like, heart thing in it, and then a bunch of terrain that just didn't go together. like, at all. Like, there's some kind of, like, there were some buildings, and then there was this skeleton, and then there was, like, I don't know, like, this thing that, like, poured water out. Like, none of it went together at all. And I was just like, what? What is this nonsense? But yeah, it's a cool looking piece of terrain, this thing is. I want to build it on stream largely to show off how big it is, because, like, no one I know bought that other box. So, like, I have not seen how big this thing is. I'm hoping it's big, but I don't think it's, like, super big looking at the pieces. I think it's basically going to be, like, 2 of the warcry bits next to each other, and that's, like, it. That's what I think it's going to be. But we'll see. We'll see, we'll see. But yeah, I like this thing. It's cool, it's cool. So I grabbed this over from Armchair Adventurer. I decided to stop there today while I was dropping my husband off because one, I wanted the Chaos Centaur Daddy, and 2, I was going to stop and get some magic decks at, like, the local card store that's right there for my husband. But I ended up getting him some different magic cards at Armchair instead, so I didn't pick those up. So, yeah, I thought that would, yeah, I ended up getting him some fancy magic stuff. I actually went out and played Magic with one of his friends recently, and it was really fun. It was super, super fun. I wish I could convince him to do wargaming. I feel like convincing my husband to play wargaming is like my biggest regret, is that I haven't been able to do it. Right? Like, my biggest failure is that I haven't been able to convince my husband to play with me. Like, I've succeeded at everything else I've ever tried, except for convincing my husband to play war games with me. Go. Alright, now we need number 4. Which one is that? That's 3. Is this 4? Looks like it's teeth. Yep, that's 4. Alright. Okay. And I guess that goes like that. Oh yeah, unlocks some dice. But yeah. I'm also planning on using the stuff for Silver Bayonet, because I am working on my own dungeon tiles for Silver Bayonet, like my own foam dungeon tiles. Trying it out for the first time ever, but at the same time, I'm how do I say it? I suck at that kind of terrain making, so it's taken me a little bit. I'm not super happy with my result. I really love my Battletech terrain that I made, but the Warhammer stuff, I'm just kind of like just not having a whole lot of luck with it for like making the foam tiles and stuff. Like, they're pretty cool. I've got one to the point where like I've sprayed it and I carved in texture and stuff, and I'm just like, I don't know if I did a good job on this. I was like, I liked this before I carved bricks into it, and now that I carved bricks into it, I don't think I like it anymore. So, and I want to get Silver Bayonet on the table because Silver Bayonet's really fucking cool. Hello! How are you? Oh, we're all wiggly. I don't mean to be all wiggly. Sorry, I was just on my own little rant there, thinking about Silver Bayonet. But yeah, I want to get this stuff running for Silver Bayonet. Okay, let's see. Oh, nice and easy. Okay, and then that connects down on this line. But yeah, so since that's taken a while and I want to get playing Silver Bayonet, I'm going to use this warcry train for it. I also really want to, maybe we'll paint warcry train on stream tomorrow. That'll be fun. I like painting terrain on stream. That's really fun. Piece number 6. Which one is that? It's 8. Guess it's this. Or no, I guess it's this. Even though, oh, there's the 6 there. Okay. I was looking at this here, which says 3. Yeah, the yeah, I really want to get some Silver Bayonet out and try it out and play some on the channel. But my tiles are taking forever to make just because I'm not, you know, it's my first time making stuff like that, like foam terrain and stuff, so I'm figuring it out and not super happy with my results, and you know. So because of that, I'm going to use this terrain for Silver Bayonet, and they're just going to play in like a haunted, spooky woods filled with meat trees. So yeah, because most of my teams for those are done. I have like 2 more guys to paint for the team, and that's like it. And then after that, it's pretty much just it's just like terrain and world setting and stuff that I need to do. So I want to do some custom like investigation tokens and stuff, but I don't know if I'll get to those for the first game. They might be later games kind of thing. But we'll see. We'll see. You have to give this terrain lots of credit. It goes together really well. Some of the other like meat trees were a real pain in the tail to build, but this is going together. No trubs. No trubs. Okay. And then the top and the nosy. Yeah, so this is going to be as wide as 2 of the big terrain pieces, it looks like, from the Hearts of Gur box. That's pretty cool. I do kind of wish it was bigger, though, for the price tag. Considering it's like, it's about as tall as a miniature. It's not like overly tall. It's not like, You know, like this skull here is about as big as that one, maybe a little bit smaller. So it's not, it doesn't have like platforms or anything built onto it. Like it's, you know, it's not overly big. Alright, I'll stop complaining about the price of this thing. I bought it. I just, you know, I wanted it so that I have the whole set. So I should just stop complaining. Should just stop complaining. It's going to look really nice as part of the set. It's just another nice big skeleton to add to everything that matches completely, you know. There we go. That's how that's going to go. So this is probably going to need some gap filling after it's down. So what I'm going to do is I'll glue it down, and then we'll come back and we'll fill the gaps with the plastic cement. This is just going to need some, just from the nature of the way this piece fits together. Like they tried to sculpt like a crack in the skull there, like how we all have like these bone plate fusions in our skulls. But it's probably going to need a little bit of gap filling, like here, for example, stuff like that. Sorry, we're a little far away today. Let's zoom in. How's that? Is that better? It's probably better. And then where's that jaw we did? So the jaw is in like that. Oh, and I guess it doesn't actually attach, so I guess you could like leave it open if you wanted, like that. Or you could like put it like that where it looks like it's a complete skull. It's kind of cool. There we go. Alright. Let's see. It needs the nosy and then a bunch of spikes on the top here. And then we are off to the second piece. So yeah, so this is, it's about as long as that. I guess it's a little bit longer. Well, it's also not like a giant tree, so kind of wish this was bigger, GW. All right, no, I said I'd stop. I'm gonna stop. I'll be good. I promise. I'll stop complaining about the price of my toy. Let's be real. No, I'm not. I'm never going to stop complaining. Complaining is like 90% of the talking I do. He can be like that, or a big jaw there, or you can have the jaw like open. I kind of wish the jaw just glued on, to be honest. I don't see a ton of value in opening it and closing it, but it doesn't, so just have to make sure we don't lose the jaw. It does look a lot cooler with the jaw, so. Kind of like the jaw being open. Maybe I could put like a token or something in the jaw. That'd be kind of neat. So yeah, so there's part 1 done of this sucker. And part 2. Let's see. Part 2 is 16 or 15. Oh, I have to put the little horns on. Okay. Let's do that first so I don't forget it. Okay, so number 11 is the one in the back. Okay, so there's the one in the back. This is number 9. It's the one in the front. That. And then number, that's 18. Definitely not 18. There's 10 over here on the side. Okay. Shit. There we go. And go through them. Go here. Shoop. 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 That. Nice. Alright, there we go. There's that piece actually done. Okay. Back to doing the next piece. This one looks like it's only a couple of pieces. This guy here. All right, cool. Nicks we can grab here. Do not cook towards yourself, kids. Cutting towards yourself is bad, I say as I continuously cut towards myself. Why though? Why is this a separate piece? I don't understand. Why didn't this just come attached? This feels like it should have just been attached. But this stuff is going to make really fun terrain for Silver Bayonet. So they're going to have like a spooky, like haunted stone, like skeleton woods to hang out in, which will be pretty cool. So I'll get to run with like vampires and ghosts and werewolves and like chaos warriors and like all the spooky things I'll be able to have in there. It'll be really cool. Hold on, I apparently missed a step. Let's see, 17 goes first and then 18. And they'll all fit really nice, right? They should all look really nice with this, and you know, go well with it. Like it should be a nice like theme set for, you know, my little dudes fighting all the spooky monsters out there in the world, you know. So it should be pretty good. And with this guy, it should be pretty much a full table. Pretty much. Minus any like crates and boxes and stuff I'm going to 3D print. So I'm going to 3D print some of that so that there's like signs of life. Because you have all the like, the rope bridges and stuff. So I want like, you know, I want like crates and stuff to be piled around. Alright. Let's see, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. There's a chicken outside having a fucking conniption. Okay, so this is 20. Bok. He's literally just sitting outside my window, like balking. Clucking? I don't know what the right word is. They're like really hard to see. I'm having to like turn them so that the light catches the number because the numbers are so small. Like, GW, the only people that can afford your stuff are old people. Make your numbers bigger. Like, young people can't afford your things. You tell me a young person's going to be able to afford $60 worth of train? No. It's only us old people. Alright, I'm here buying train. This money could have gone to my 401k. Ugh. Let's see. It's like, when I can't retire, it's your fault, GW. Oh. This has been a fairly straightforward to build kit. Because some of the meat trees in the Hearts of Gur box were really weird to build because you were like building them in like muscle quadrants. It was really weird. So each one of like the muscle sections you were like building independently, and you kind of had to like stick them together, and they were kind of like wiggly. But if you like let them set too long, you couldn't like really get them to sit into each other. So it was a little weird. This has been much more straightforward. It's kind of a shame there's not like a big tree growing out of this ribcage like there is in that other set. You know? Like a bunch of little trees would be cool. I mean, this thing was clearly made to go with the Hearts of Gur terrain, so I don't know. I do really like this terrain though. I hope they keep it going with the next box, because they talked about doing that with Kill Team, where like the next 3 releases basically all build on one like concept or like terrain idea. And it'd be cool for them to do that with Warcry too. Let's see this. Oh, that was obvious. Okay, so the pieces do have, the ribs do have unique spots where they go. Seems like they don't have absolute locations. Okay. Nice. And that's it. That's it for the piece of terrain. And that goes like that to make one set. So there's the full piece of terrain. There's the full skelebones. The nice thing is you can very much use these independently with all of the other stuff. Like it'll fit in really well. Be like, oh, well, it'll go with that kind of stuff. And, it's pretty tall. It's not like a tree level tall, but it's pretty tall. So if you look, like this is one of the Rotmire Creed guys, right? This skull is taller than he is. Like he'd be completely line of sight blocked behind that. Same thing with this here. I would argue that's line of sight blocking. Some of the taller guys, maybe not. Right? Like you should be able to see him through there. Like, right? But he should get cover for it. Like this guy, I would argue you wouldn't be able to see. I'd argue you couldn't see him. But like go down here, you could. So, pretty cool. It produces one deep cut around skeleton, and it goes with all this stuff, which is really neat. So, so like that's pretty cool, right? Like, he's got a little base he's gonna hide in there now and stuff. Or like I could have this like this, right? And then like have this. Right. And then I got this skull like this, and then like the walkway like goes over it, goes over the skeleton like that, like over the neck. Like that's pretty cool, right? Like that's pretty boss. Or even like something like that, or like this to give them some cover when they're on the walkway, Your dude's like, stonk, stonk. He's walking his way up the walkway. Now he's got a little bit of cover. So, there's some cool options. I do like over the neck. I think that's neat. I think that's really cool. Yeah, I think that's pretty cool. So, there's some neat stuff you could do with it. I think it's a pretty cool piece. I'm going to be honest, the ribcage is cooler than the head. It's kind of a shame. I wish for the price you got like double this, like what you get in this box. I think if you got double it, I think I'd be happy with it. So like if maybe you got like a giant, like a different rib cage that was like stuck in the ground like this, that would be really cool. Or I don't know, maybe like a giant like hand bone or something would be really neat. Like a giant like paw. But it's a nice piece of terrain. I just wish you got more for your money. I feel like it's not worth the money. But it is a really cool piece of terrain. I'm happy to have it for this table for when I set up for Hearts of Gur. I think it'd be really neat. But I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to call it there. Thank you guys for watching, checking out all the new Warcry stuff with me that I picked up today. And there's Battletech cards that are cool. Streaming twice today because I got all the things today apparently. But we'll go ahead and we'll call it there. Thank you guys for watching. Hopefully it was cool to check all this stuff out. Tomorrow we'll be back. Tomorrow we're probably going to work on painting some more Hearts of Gur terrain. I have a lot of it blocked out, so maybe we'll try to get a couple of these pieces finished up. I'm also going to work on that tonight after dinner. So hopefully I'll be able to get some more of it done then too. Because I've got these pieces here. Got these two walkways. And I've got these two trees. So I have just a little over half left to paint. So plus the big new skeleton I just got for it. So you know, I'm not helping myself with the too much stuff to do. I'll put it that way. So yeah. But I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to call it there. Thank you guys for watching. Have a good one. And keep on keeping on.